Most entrepreneurs believe that if they can just make more money, everything else is gonna take care of itself. But my friends, that's a lie. I've watched entrepreneurs pull in 6, 7, even 8 figures and still end up completely broke. Not just broke, but completely burned out, stressed, and trapped in a business that they can't ever escape. And the reason? Well, the financial system wasn't built or designed for entrepreneurs. It wasn't built for people who don't have a predictable paycheck. It wasn't built for those who take risks, who reinvest everything that they have to grow, to build from the ground up. The financial system, the retirement system, was built to funnel money away from entrepreneurs and their businesses and into the hands of institutions, banks, Wall Street, and even the government. And this is one of the main reasons that 85% of businesses fail within the first 10 years. It's not because their ideas weren't good or because the founder didn't work hard. It's because the moment they started making money, real money, they fall into a system that's designed to pull that money away from them, oftentimes when their business needs it the most. When I very first met Russel Brunson almost a decade ago, he was coming off of yet another business failure. You guys know how that works as a business owner, right? You ride the cycle of making money and then losing it all. He had just let go over 300 employees, and many of those employees were friends and family members. But the worst part about it, he had to come back home and tell his young family that he had failed again. My friends, every entrepreneur knows this story, and when I met Russel Brunson a few years removed from this experience, he confided in me that he was afraid he was going to lose it all again. And ultimately, I sat down with him and helped him understand a strategy designed for entrepreneurs, designed to protect him, his business, and what he needed the most to defy the statistics of the 85% of business owners who fail and become part of the 15% who not only succeed, they experience the asymmetric upside, the opportunity of creating real wealth inside of their business. Now, Russel Brunson implemented the strategy that you're going to learn inside of this video, and a few years after he was into it, he realized that many people inside of his community were operating the stereotypical way that most entrepreneurs operate. They make money and then they lose it. And so he invited me to come into his community and to share with his highest level entrepreneurs the exact strategy you're about to learn. So if you're an entrepreneur building a business, then my friends, you can't afford to skip this video. It's made just for you. Now, my friends, my name is Ryan Lee, and I help entrepreneurs and other driven individuals take control over their money so that they can build real wealth, not just cash flow that disappears as fast as it comes in. So with that being said, let's get into the topic at hand. Entrepreneurs don't have a money-making problem, they have a money-keeping problem. When you start a business, you're fighting just to get off the ground. Then when the money starts flowing, everything starts to change. Suddenly, the IRS want to take a cut out of the profits that you're making. The bank starts offering loans that you don't need. And Wall Street and financial advisors tell you to take your hard-earned profits to ensure that you never fail again as a business owner and ship them off to get a good rate of return inside of Wall Street. But here's the dirty little secret for investing for an entrepreneur. The systems created for investing weren't actually created for you. They were created for people who are willing to go 30 or 40 years and park their money in other people's businesses. This is really all the stock market is. So if you're ever wondering where your money's going when you ship your money off to Wall Street, well, it's going into someone else's businesses. So ask yourself this, as a business owner, how much control and predictability do you have over your own business, let alone that of someone else's? So as an entrepreneur, before you know it, you're making money, but somehow, some way, you feel more broke than when you actually started. This is how most entrepreneurs get forced back into the box. The majority of small business owners eventually return to being employees, not because they weren't talented, but because the system wasn't built and designed to help them succeed as an entrepreneur. And even those who do make it oftentimes get trapped in their own business success, chained to the business that cannot survive without them. This is where most entrepreneurs question why they ever started the business to begin with. The moment an entrepreneur starts to make money, they do one of two things. They spend it buying things that they think they deserve after working so hard, or they invest it in the wrong way, listening to traditional financial advice that was never meant for entrepreneurs. So the real question is, if investing isn't what you've been taught investing is, Where should entrepreneurs committed to growing their business actually put their money? Consider the two options that you have. You put your money in the bank when you want it to be liquid and available for your business, for emergencies, and you put your money in the stock market when you want your money to grow. Consider this, that both of those options weren't meant for you. And this is why Russell Brunson brought me into his community. These weren't beginning entrepreneurs. These were some of the most elite entrepreneurs in the world, 7- and 8-figure business owners that needed a framework to be more successful, not in making money, but actually in staying in business. This is the key for an entrepreneur. I want you to consider this. Your very best investment is your attention. Your attention invested back into your business to create value, to use your God-given skills, gifts, and abilities to create products, services, and anything that your business does to solve problems in the marketplace. And the more value you create, the more money you make. The best investment you can make is directing your attention and your resources back into your business. But the other side of this equation that gets the entrepreneur off of the entrepreneurial roller coaster of making money and then losing it, making money and then spending it, is keeping the money that you make. And ultimately, there is a strategy built specifically for entrepreneurs to give you an account that's not a bank, that's not the stock market, but gives you the best of both of those worlds and so much more specifically for an entrepreneur. Let's get into what the Vault financial strategy is and why it's the secret code for an entrepreneur to not only stay in business, but to thrive while in business. I call this product the Vault. Now, the Vault isn't just a product, it's an entire strategy built for entrepreneurs. So for an entrepreneur, the number one thing that you need to survive in business and to ride out the volatility inherent within the business cycles is liquidity. You need access to capital. Ask yourself this as a business owner, given a long enough period of time, do you think you could solve any problem that was put in front of you? Whether it was a marketing problem, whether it was a staffing problem, a product deliverability problem, whatever you're facing, liquidity is the solution to give you enough time and attention to solve the problem. And as you solve those problems, that's how you make more money. Most business owners, the 85% who fail, get knocked out of the game because they have a liquidity problem, not necessarily a profitability problem. So when you know that this is what you're trying to solve and you understand that your business is your best investment, I want to ask you this. Where could you put your money that will give you 100% liquidity, that will eliminate taxes from any situation that you're involved in, that will give you a rate of return on the liquidity that that account offers equivalent to the rate of inflation and more, and also give you the ability to access your liquidity via a line of credits? Now, you might not understand the value or the power in this, but I want you to consider this. The reason a business owner can be so successful inside of their business is they have access to the most powerful financial tool and business building tool of all. It's leverage. You gain profitability, you gain margin through leverage, whether it's leverage in your advertising, leverage by hiring an employee, or leverage in your delivery systems and automations. Leverage is the key to making more money and detaching the money that you make from the time that you trade. Leverage is a force multiplier. Now, most individuals have zero leverage on their money. $1 does the job of $1. If you put your dollar in the bank, the job that that dollar is doing is liquidity, and that's a valuable job that it's doing. But your money is not growing. Your money is not compounding. And so when you shift your money from the bank to the stock market, the job that your money is now doing is potentially growing, compounding over time. But now it's unable to do the job of liquidity. You've reinvested it somewhere else. The strategy I shared with Russell and his community was the Vault financial strategy. Simply what this is an overfunded whole life insurance policy. When it's built to support an entrepreneur, we're using life insurance because it's one of only 3 asset classes that eliminate taxes. The other 2 are Roth IRAs and municipal bonds. Neither one of these solve the problem for an entrepreneur of keeping their money liquid and accessible. But a Vault is built to qualify as life insurance, but function completely different. In fact, when you put money into your Vault, the objective of it is to buy the least amount of life insurance required to keep it qualified as life insurance simply for the tax benefits, but maximize the cash that the policy can hold. The insurance companies call this cash value, and your cash value inside of one of these contracts is a private contract between you, a private individual, and a private insurance company, meaning it eliminates lawsuits and liabilities. It eliminates all forms of market volatility. But here's the biggest key. When your money is inside of the vault, you have the ability to access your value just like a line of credit. Now, I want you to envision this. If you live in a home today, let's say you live in a home that's valued at $500,000, but you have a mortgage of $250,000. You've got equity inside of that home of $250,000. That gives you the ability to go to the bank, access a line of credit, still live in your home, but leverage that line of credit to do whatever your short-term objectives are. You're getting the best of both worlds of living in your home and accessing the value of your home simultaneously. This is exactly how the vault line of credit works. It's tax-free, it'll never be lost, it's a private contract. Anytime you need capital for your business, it should be coming from a place that gives you leverage on your capital, that allows you to achieve a long-term goal of having your money growing and compounding, and a short-term goal of building a profitable and a sustainable business. I want you to imagine how much faster you could achieve your goals if you could make money and actually keep it. That is the 80% solution. The secret for entrepreneurs is making money and keeping it. But rather than giving your liquidity to the bank that gives you nothing in return other than liquidity, by harnessing the power of the vault, you can grow your capital, achieve long-term goals of building real wealth, and leverage it in the short term to accomplish whatever objectives your business requires. This, my friends, is the secret of the Vault financial strategy, and it's the only solution that a business owner should be focused on: making money and keeping it, making money and keeping it. And the better you can get at doing this, the more asymmetric upside you experience inside of your business. Your business is the fuel to make money, and your vault is the foundation to keep what you've made, giving you the ability to build and stabilize your wealth at every stage of your business. Look, as an entrepreneur, you already have the most powerful wealth building vehicle in the world. It's your business. But if you don't set up your financial foundation the right way, you will always be at risk. You will always be just one step ahead, one quarter ahead, one contract ahead of being out of business. That's what happens to 85% of business owners that fail, is they run out of liquidity and therefore they run out of time. That's why in the next video, I'm going to be breaking down how entrepreneurs should actually be investing while they're building their business. It's about making money and keeping money. That's 80% of the game, but the other 20% of the game is building your very own exit strategy. Not only stabilizing abundance in your personal life, but building alternative streams of income that allow you to be completely financially free. My friends, you have a calling. Being a business owner, being an entrepreneur is one of the greatest callings in the world. The world is filled with problems, and you, my friends, are the solution to those problems. So staying in business is a service to humanity. The Vault financial strategy is meant to empower you to focus your attention on the best investment you have, your business, and give you the foundation, the platform to keep every dollar you're making. Your role, your job is to build a business that's profitable, take money off of the table, protect the wealth that you've created inside of the vault, leverage the vault to continue to build your business, and recapture and recycle as many dollars as possible that were previously flowing through your economy and keep them in your personal economy. When your profits flow into your vault, you now have the ability to leverage every dollar in your ecosystem to accomplish multiple jobs simultaneously. So my friends, if you haven't already, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. Hit that bell so you don't miss it. And if you want to see the presentation that I gave to Russell's entrepreneurs, just comment Vault below. I'll send you the entire presentation. But in the next video, I'm going to give you the 3 parts, the 3 phases of growth inside of your business to ensure that you create untouchable wealth. I'll see you on the next video.